On the night of Thursday, October 17, 2019, Demi Lovato's Snapchat was hacked, and the hacker posted private photos of her to her account. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know right now on IO. Welcome back to InformOverload, where we tell you about the most interesting news stories we find on the internet. I'm Charlotte Dobray. Subscribe so we get to hang out every day, and follow the IO team on social media so we can connect outside of YouTube. I am not just a floating torso, I am a person with legs. 27-year-old Demi Lovato is the latest female celebrity to be hacked and have private photos leaked of her. And it's a pretty awful time in Demi's life right now. Fans are very concerned for her well-being. So on Thursday night, Demi Lovato's followers on Snapchat saw this. The hackers are known to be called the Chuckling Squad. They've been connected to hacks on both Jack Dorsey and Chloe Grace Moretz. Then the hackers posted private photos of Demi Lovato that haven't been confirmed to be legitimate. I mean, we live in a day and age where you could easily just like take someone's face and put it on the body of somebody else and, you know, deep fakes. So it could have easily been photoshopped. One photo shows a woman with brown hair that looks really similar to Demi Lovato. Thankfully, the pictures were quickly removed from her account by her publicity team and by Snapchat's response team, but there are still versions that were screenshotted and are currently being circulated online. Thousands of people probably saw those pictures before they were removed. Meanwhile, Demi Lovato's fans have come to the singer's defense. She's already had a tough enough year as it is. She's been struggling with addiction and eating disorders for a long time. She almost died from an overdose back in 2018. And this week, to top it all off, she attended the funeral of a friend, Thomas Trussell III, who died of an overdose. She posted this picture of a new tattoo she got to raise awareness and encourage people with substance abuse to ask for help. Here were some fan responses to the hack on Twitter. Leaking celebrity is literally so classless and disrespectful. I'm tired of this. Demi Lovato doesn't deserve this at all. Next, this is the Demi Lovato y'all should be sharing. A powerhouse vocalist, and no one can take that away from her. Next, what we are not going to do is body shame Demi Lovato. Struggling with an eating disorder is hard enough already without y'all making comments about her own private pictures that some group of disgusting individuals hacked into. Grow up and get a damn hobby other than being trolls. Damn, sister. Facts. Demi Lovato has yet to respond to the incident, but fortunately the people behind the hack didn't realize that they left a paper trail and a way to find them. Both of the pages and the photos of Demi that were posted have since been deleted. Demi Lovato is sober now, but this is exactly the kind of thing that would cause a relapse in an addict. On behalf of IO, our hearts go out to Demi Lovato during this difficult time. If you see those photos, don't share them. Like, it's so dumb that this kind of stuff still happens. And by the way, I don't want to see any of those comments that say, oh well, if you don't want those photos shared, you should just not take them. You know what? No. Someone can just as easily take your photo and put it on the body of someone else. So it's an invasion of privacy regardless.
What is going, you absolute potatoes? The king has come back to claim his potato throne, but it's just for the day, so don't get too excited. Also check out our new channel, Tier List Official. I'll be featured in a video on that channel as well, with all the other dope hosts you will not want to miss. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Jared Bronstein, and welcome back to IO, the only channel on YouTube where the news is fresh, but the hosts are fresher, but with a PH. Now, if you guys don't know, many moons ago, okay, it was like 3, maybe 2.5 years ago or so, I used to have the absolute honor of bringing you guys the most absurd stories on a daily basis until they caught on to me that I was actually horrible at my job. What's happening, you pickles? I'm Jared Bronstein, and today we're talking about time travel. A picture is going viral of a man who looks like he's from a completely different era of time. Sounds crazy, but it looks even crazier. Alright, enough with the bad jokes. I've actually missed you guys a ton, and I hope the feeling is mutual, but I know Charlotte and all the incredible new hosts have been keeping you entertained on a daily basis. So, no hard feelings if I see comments down below on this video like, oh, this guy's back, or who's this douchebag? It's expected, I'm used to it. Anyways, the real reason you guys are here, Iggy, I don't know any other nicknames for her, IGGY, I don't know. But anyways, so there were some nudes of her, Iggy Azalea, being her, released on the internet without her consent, and that just doesn't fly with me. Alright, so here's what's good. Back in 2016, the Australian rapper, Iggy Azalea, did a photo shoot with the very popular and reputable magazine, GQ. I'm sure you guys know GQ, literally every celebrity has been on it, except for me. It's probably because I'm not a celebrity, but like Seth Rogen was just on it. Go Canada. So Iggy did the photo shoot with the impression that only tasteful photos of her covering her boobs with her hands would be shared with the world, which is what should have happened. Now, unfortunately, as you guys know, some scumbag leaked photos of her showing off more than what she was comfortable with or what she had originally agreed to. Here's what Iggy had to say about the situation. I quote, "Recently, some outtakes from my 2016 GQ magazine cover were leaked to the public. a lot of high-profile women have shot covers for GQ with a strategically placed hand, etc. covering their breasts. I always thought they were very beautiful covers, so I jumped at the opportunity. I hadn't seen other women's covers leak, so I felt comfortable, on a closed set, to model for such a reputable magazine, knowing only the images with my hands covering would be considered for print. I never consented to taking topless pictures for potential release, period. It was my understanding before shooting, GQ does not print topless pictures. There is no reason for anyone to have kept the outtakes from the shoot. I'm surprised and angry that they were not immediately deleted after the final images were selected. So as you guys can see, Iggy never agreed for any of this to go down. Obviously, doing a photo shoot where your hands cover your boobs require you to be topless on set. That being said, on a professional set, with professionals, who should act accordingly, as a model, you should never feel uncomfortable in the slightest bit. I mean, you're doing your job, you should be comfortable at your job. Now whether that means being uncomfortable in the moment itself, or worrying that down the road something like this may happen, it just shouldn't be a thought. Period. That's why there are professionals. So what happened in this situation? Well, obviously someone either on the set or close to the production was able to get their hands on the pictures, and I can't say for sure, but I'm going to say that most likely whoever did get the photos probably sold it to one of those websites for some money. So who could it have been? Well, the photographer who actually snapped the pictures claimed the photos were posted without his permission, and now he's calling for the culprit to be prosecuted. In a post to his Instagram story, Nino Munoz wrote the following: "I am outraged and saddened to find out that the images of mine were stolen and published without my permission. There is currently an investigation underway. Posting these stolen images is illegal, and anyone who has done so will be prosecuted. I empathize with any discomfort that this situation has caused to anyone that is involved." Iggy also stated that she will be taking legal action against whoever it was that leaked the photos. On top of that, she actually deleted her social media accounts as well. She said she felt like she was, I quote, "blindsided, embarrassed, violated, angry, sad, and a million other things," and said that she was a ball of negative emotions following the leak. "I fully intend on finding out where the leak originated and pressing criminal charges in regards to this. It's important to me that someone actually be held accountable for their actions and the way it impacts my life. I don't feel there is anywhere I can retreat to or that I have a happy place I can wait in until it all blows over. Please think of how you might feel if this shoe was yours to wear. I have seen some really vicious written in the last 24 hours, and it is too much negativity for me to handle. For now, it's best to keep my accounts deactivated." She ended with, "Be kind to one another." I can't imagine what Iggy is going through, and no one should ever have to worry or even think about these types of things happening to them. Regardless of who you are, what you wear, how you act, if consent isn't given, then it isn't, and that's the bottom line. In this case, Iggy never gave anyone consent to post these pictures, so they shouldn't have been posted. It's really as simple as that. Now imagine if not only photos you never agreed to having be released are released, and then you have hundreds, if not thousands of people sharing them, commenting on your body, and God knows what else. It's just a bad situation, and my heart definitely goes out to Iggy. As of now, there isn't a suspect or a person of interest in regards to who leaked the photos. But with that being said, Iggy did gift her cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Ashkan Gavami, a signed topless photo from the 2016 photo shoot. The doctor actually posted the topless photo to his Instagram story with 2 horse head emojis covering the rapper's nipples. He captioned the photo, "Our homegirl Iggy Azalea is here for a checkup looking fab, as always. I got this great amazing photo, only 2 of a kind. She looks amazing." Azalea went under the knife back in 2015, telling Vogue magazine, "I did change something 4 months ago. I got bigger boobs. I'd thought about it my entire life." Now, as I previously mentioned, I think it was most likely someone close to the production, maybe someone at GQ, or someone who works closely with a photographer, thought they could get some quick coin by selling these photos to a celebrity website. I can't say for sure because I don't know, there was no information based off of who it is, they really don't know. But I used to watch Criminal Minds and I'm a big Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan, so I think I'd make a half-decent detective.
When I got assigned this story, I was beaming with joy because not only do I get to talk about Chris America's Ass Evans, the most wholesome being on the internet, but I also get to make jokes. And don't even think about coming for me in the comments because this is the highlight of my week. What's going on, my little nuggets? I'm your host, Bree Room, and welcome back to I.O. Before I get started on today's video, don't forget to give the channel some love by hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like on this video. Also, don't forget that we have playlists ready for your viewing pleasure, and also stick around until the end of the video because I'll be reading out some more of your comments. So this past weekend, I saw Chris Evans was trending on Twitter, and obviously, like the fan that I am, I had to see what was up. and something was definitely up. Normally when Chris is trending on Twitter, it's because he's giving a shield to a child or raising money for charity, so naturally I had to see what was going on. Turns out Chris accidentally leaked his own no-no photo, and it happened in the most innocent way possible. Chris, being the sweet, innocent being that he is, was just sharing a screen recording of a heads-up game on social media. But unfortunately, the video ended with a shot of his photo gallery. The thumbnails of some of the photos in the collection included a close-up of the actor's face with some words that are not safe for YouTube, as well as a candid photo of his no-no square. Now obviously when people saw what Captain America was packing, they obviously had to take a screenshot and share it on the internet. Disclaimer, I do not approve of this in the slightest. I know I'm making jokes and innuendos, but seriously, spreading private photos like that is a seriously messed up thing to do. Even if they're a public figure, it's just not nice. Not too long afterwards, the internet was inundated with America's peen, as well as an abundance of memes pertaining to the leaked photo. Even though the original source was deleted, that didn't stop the internet from exploiting his Big Mac truck. But here's where things got a little wholesome. Chris has the best fan base of any celebrity out there, and their response to the leak was legendary. Fans made the incredible effort to flood the internet with positive and wholesome photos of Chris in order to bury the image. How freaking wholesome is that? I mean, if it was a woman's nudes, I highly doubt that would have happened, but I digress. Fellow Avengers actor Mark Ruffalo tweeted at Chris to kind of make him feel better after the internet deemed themselves worthy of seeing Chris holding Mjolnir. Mark tweeted, "Bro, while Trump is in office, there's nothing you could possibly do to embarrass yourself. See, silver lining." But I don't think there's anything anyone can say to really take away from the fact that the whole world now knows about that vibranium member, and no, I am not talking about his shield. The memes surrounding Chris's Avengers level threat have been something else. I haven't seen memes this spicy since Twitter cancelled Genghis Khan. And that was a highlight of my day. All sides of the internet are coming out to say something about the Avengers member. People are thirsting hard, and are even going so far as to congratulate Chris's girlfriend Lily James. There are a lot of people who wish they could take him to the end of the line, if you know what I'm saying. Similar to what I said earlier, that Chris's leak was covered up by fans trying to bury the image, had it been a female body, the image would have been further exploited and heightened. Bottom line here is respect people. Respect people's bodies, no matter who they are. Just be nice. This whole ordeal must have been super embarrassing for Chris. I mean, he's probably stressed out of his mind. Imagine having the entirety of the internet seeing your wholesome bits without paying an OnlyFans fee. Tragic. But seriously, this must really suck. Other celebs have commented in support saying that this kind of leak is so common and it really doesn't matter in the long run, so I highly doubt it'll do any damage to his career. It might even enhance it because I'm sure he would have a very promising career in another kind of film industry reenacting Stucky fanfics. If you know what that is, you know. You know. Chris just spoke out about the leak in the most wholesome being way he could. Instead of addressing the situation head on, I'm not making that joke, he turned it into a voting PSA. Chris tweeted, "Now that I've got your attention, vote November 3rd. My guy turned it around and used his little captain to encourage people to vote. I mean, Chris is so patriotic. Even Jamie Lee Curtis replied to this saying that it got her attention. Jamie, it got all of our attention. But what did you guys think of Chris's patriotic package? I'm sure you guys saw this trending even if you haven't actually seen the actual photo. Like I said before, I was really caught off guard by it because that was the last thing I was expecting when I saw Chris Evans was trending. I thought it had to do with a new movie or something, but nope. Instead, I was caught off guard by his circumshield. Not mad about it, but just still unexpected. Now before I wrap up today's video, I'm once again going to say that my jokes and innuendos are all in good fun, and I don't mean to disrespect anyone. I'm just trying to have fun with the subject, but again, I'm not trying to be malicious. It's been a rough year for all of us, and 2020 just doesn't seem to want to cut us any slack, especially for some celebs. We've seen cancellations galore, and now it seems that the next unfortunate celebrity trend is having their private parts shared across the internet.
Cardi B is now in the news, and no, it's not about WAP, it's a different part of her anatomy altogether. She's the latest celeb to join the Leaked Image Club alongside Avengers star Chris Evans, and everyone's talking about it.
We're here to break down the whole ordeal and Cardi's response to the leak for you guys. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Inform Overload. I'm your host, Bria Room.
And I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and today we're bringing you the latest news on rapper Cardi B. But before we get started, why not leak us a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon as well.
Also, check up here to watch a playlist to see more videos like this one, and stick around until the end for some bonus content. Now let's get into Cardi B's Cardi Bits.
Let's go! So yesterday, Cardi B was the talk of the town. She became the newest member of the leaked photo club, and since it's the internet, the image was saved and was plastered all over Twitter. This all started when Cardi accidentally posted an explicit image of herself on her Instagram stories. The post was only up for a little while, but obviously people were still able to save the image and post it everywhere online. Soon the memes and comments followed, and the post went viral soon after the picture was leaked.
The leaked image basically showed off her breasts, but people still shared the hell out of the photo, and like Johnny said, the memes and comments soon followed. People were really out here making fun of Cardi's nips and ridiculing her body. I saw people saying that she had burger nips and comparing them to Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Pretty disrespectful. But do you guys remember a few weeks back when Chris Evans leaked his privates too and everyone was praising him for his appearance? What happened there, guys? You are all for body positivity for Chris, but you want to shame Cardi for the same principle. This is the double standard I talked about in my Chris Evans video a couple weeks ago.
A lot of people online were making comments about Cardi's appearance, like Bree said, and questions whether the appearance of her breasts were caused by plastic surgery or if it was just natural. First, no one should really care. And also, she's just had a child, and that can really affect someone's appearance. Even though events like this, when a celebrity's photo gets leaked, are a big deal to some on the internet, it doesn't mean we all automatically get the right to comment on the appearances of others, no matter who they are.
Now, in response to the leak, Cardi tweeted a voice memo where she addressed the images, where she said, quote, "You know what? I'm not even gonna beat myself up about it. I'm gonna eat my breakfast. I'm just gonna eat my breakfast, right? I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then I'm gonna go party. Because I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm not gonna think about it, okay? No, I'm not. I won't. It is what it is. Things happen. It's not even the first time, so whatever." End quote.
It sounds like Cardi was really beating herself up about the post, but like she said, it isn't the first time, and she was just going to ignore it. It must really suck to have this happen though, especially when you're such a prominent public figure like she is. And having so many eyes on you when you make a mistake probably isn't that much fun either. Cardi has nearly 77 million followers on Instagram, and who knows how many people were able to see that post before she was able to take it down. Yeah, Cardi's been dealing with a lot of double standards lately. Like first there was the WAP music video, where she was basically like, well, why can the men in hip hop do this, but we can't?
Oh, that made me so mad. People were like,
I get how it's infuriating, and then now with this, it's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Oh man, I feel so bad for Cardi this year. She's had so much to deal with and people are just really just drilling her. Like, come on, leave her alone.
Cut her some slack a little bit, you know?
It's 2020.
Also though, I don't want to cut her slack on the whole birthday party shenanigans.
Okay, yeah, that
was pushing it a little bit.
But that doesn't have to do with double standards, so
no.
We're just gonna ignore that part.
We're gonna set that aside and we'll make another video about that.
Yeah, that's a video for another day.
It's all own video.
Twitter users have once again done their part in trolling President Donald Trump. As his presidential term comes to an end, Donald Trump has gone down kicking and screaming, mainly on Twitter, talking about how the election has not only been fraudulent, but was also stolen from him and the American people. Now, regardless of politics and what you believe, Twitter has not been the kindest place to President Trump. Clearly his go-to platform, over the years, the site's policies have changed significantly, and it seems President Trump was a driving force. For example, fact-checking was never really a thing on Twitter. And then President Trump started tweeting out wild claims, which eventually led to Twitter creating a little note letting users know whether something may or may not be legitimate. Specifically in regards to Trump, a lot of his posts have a note which reads, and I quote, "This claim about election fraud is disputed." And then you click that and it takes you to an entire Twitter feed talking about why that tweet could be controversial or just wrong. And it seems once again Twitter is taking it to Trump, but this time it's the users who are trolling the president. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it right now in IO, but before I do, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, that little like button for us real quick, we really appreciate it. And also, regardless of what time of day it is, I hope you're having yourself a wonderful day or evening or afternoon or morning. So that's just a little ad lib I'm throwing in there for you guys because I'm feeling nice today. So Twitter users decided to band together and ensure the hashtag Purdue says Biden won started to trend following a leaked Zoom call. The Zoom call shows David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, who are Georgia's senators, as well as Norm Coleman, a former senator, all having a chat about, you guessed it, politics. More specifically, it seems they're talking about how things are going to go down when Biden and his team take over the duties of running the United States of America. Now you may be wondering, Why is this a big deal? Isn't that normal? And my answer is yes, it is normal. But it's a big deal because these folks are also refusing to admit that Trump lost the election or that Biden won. Either way, this is them pretty much being exposed for being two-faced. Gosh, who would have thought? Politicians being two-faced? Wowzers! Now the funny part comes from the hashtag being circulated, solely for the purpose of pissing Trump off. The Zoom video was first obtained by the Washington Post, but was later posted to Twitter by user @ReallyAmerican1, who captioned the video, I quote, "David hashtag Purdue says Biden won and has betrayed President Trump. Please don't retweet this and use the hashtag Purdue says Biden won to get Trump angry at his disloyal minion." Now to clarify, in the video itself, Purdue doesn't outright say Biden won the election, but instead alludes to it while speaking with his colleagues. He specifically says, and I quote, "Here we have Biden and McConnell, who are ex-colleagues in the Senate, who are known negotiators, who if Biden could get away from the extreme part of his party, he might make some deals. So we might be in a position where we could, if they end up being in power, we could end up in a position to do something." Following the video being posted on Twitter, @MMPadalin then tweeted out, I quote, "Tweeps, if you're still awake and looking to make some good trouble, let's get 2,000 fast retweets and replies on hashtag Purdue says Biden won. It's going to make a real day for David Perdue, Kelly Loeffler, and Trump of course. Let's go." To no surprise, this tweet would blow up considering the user who tweeted it out has just under 800,000 followers. And shortly after, the hashtag started to trend on Twitter. This led to numerous other users on Twitter posting some of their best memes and jokes associated with the hashtag, and let me tell ya, they did not disappoint. @ReallyAmerican1 tweeted out, "Anybody else want to keep hashtag Purdue says Biden won trending until Trump cancels his trip to Georgia?" Another user posted a photo of Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama laughing, captioned, "Hillary spreading the news that hashtag Purdue says Biden won." Some took the same template and instead replaced Michelle Obama with Barack, as he and Hillary were once photographed sitting in chairs laughing together, which of course, that's just gonna, be turned into a meme 100 times. That's like, that's such a, you could make it anything about the Republicans and the two of them talking, how could you not? Now, how this affects things going forward, well, I wouldn't say it changes anything at all. As of this recording, both Purdue and Loeffler are supporting lawsuits claiming that Trump won the election, or lawsuits that are somewhat related, such as the one filed in Texas claiming that Georgia's Attorney General is wrong with his decision of disagreeing the results in Georgia's elections were inaccurate. So pretty much, he says, hey, everything here is legit. They went to Texas and they're just like, we agree with this lawsuit that the Attorney General in Georgia, he's wrong, it wasn't legit. This is clearly a case of people just simply not trying to lose their jobs and stick by their guns, but I will say, Twitter is one hell of a place. The fact that they got something to trend just to piss off some politicians is just, that's wild, that's fantastic, I love it.